Got a full battery this time. Today's video is going to be about the top 7 things you need to do when starting an eBay business in 2020. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? My name is Wesley. For those that just started tuning in, I'm making videos about business, tech, and life. So that means I'm starting an eBay business in 2020 and I'm documenting the different things that I'm learning. And today we're going to be talking about the top 7 things to do when starting an eBay business. So my buddy Josh, who is a YouTuber, he's a eBay full-time reseller on YouTube. I recently found his videos a while back and I've been watching them, and then I thought to myself, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull the trigger. I reached out to him. I did a consulting call. It was one of the best things I could do because it helped me understand and give me a better perspective of how to approach making an eBay business. And so if you want to check out his channel, it's going to be linked down below. Definitely go check out his videos and subscribe to his channel because he's extremely helpful and has a lot of knowledge. So this is tip number 1. So according to Josh, aka Harry Tornado, his best advice is when starting an eBay business, you don't want to start by just going to Goodwill and going to all these thrift stores and just buying items and reselling them. The reason why is because there's a lot of things in your house that you can start with. And there's a lot of YouTubers that I've looked at when I'm looking at their videos, and I see they're saying the same thing. When you're starting an eBay business, you really want to start from what you have in your house. Now you might be asking yourself, Wesley, I don't know what I can sell in my house. And that's kind of the best question to ask yourself. I don't know what to sell. I don't know what sells. I don't know how to I don't know how much to sell it for. These are the reasons why you need to just start in your house. Put it on there, put it for a price and see if it sells. You can also look at sold items, sold comps on eBay and see what it's selling for. And start with the things in your house because that's the best way that you're going to learn how to sell on eBay, how to get the good feedback, because according to Harry Tornado, that is the best way to get your foot forward is to start with really good feedback. So this is tip number 2. This tip is actually about what accounts to open. So you actually want to start with eBay. You want to start with PayPal. With eBay, when you want to start, you want to understand though that eBay has limits. Okay, and the link to the video talking about beginner's guide and things of that nature where I got this tip from Ralli Roots, definitely going to be linked down below. I just wanted to share the knowledge that I'm learning on how to do the different things with an eBay business as I'm building my channel myself. With that eBay account, it does have limits. With the PayPal account as well, they both have limitations. With eBay, it's going to be on the amount of items you can sell. And then it's going to be either the items or the amount. But once you hit those limits, you might be thinking to yourself, well, what's the point of continuing if I can't sell anymore? Well, you just have to contact eBay and request to increase that. And keep in mind, though, you might think to yourself, well, what if I just go ahead and pay for an eBay store? Will that help me? Unfortunately, that won't, because your limits will still transfer to the other store. You still have to contact eBay and get those increased. It won't be for long, so please keep that in mind. It's not something eBay wants to keep hassling people that start on eBay. They just want to make sure that they're not allowing anybody and everybody to sell anything and everything that they want. They want to make sure that they're vetting people that are coming onto the platform. So just don't let that be a detractor. Just keep that in mind and just reach out to eBay. So hopefully that tip is valuable to you. And then with PayPal, let's move on to PayPal. When you create a PayPal account, please understand that this is not a quick get rich quick type of business. You really want to focus on a long-term strategy here because you're basically buying low and selling high, and you're focusing on different brands and different things sell at different times of the year, right? So cold weather gear is not going to sell in the summer, vice versa. Summer gear is not going to sell in the winter, right? You're going to get sales, of course, because some people just buy whenever, but the main focus is, certain things sell at certain times of the year. The point is, though, with PayPal, they actually keep and hold your transactions, your money, basically. They hold your money for 2 to 3 weeks. And it's not forever, right? It doesn't continue to happen. It's just something where, again, it's another vetting process that PayPal has for new accounts so that they can make sure that when you ship that item, that you are shipping the item to the customer and that they are receiving it, rather than just giving you all the money so you can just pull out the account and just, make another account. So it's just, again, it's just another vetting process that PayPal does have. At this time, I'm not actually aware of any limitations that Pirate Ship may have. It's pretty new to me. I haven't created an account myself just yet. I'm going to. The only reason why I haven't is because I'm still in the process of getting my shipping items or my shipping materials so that I can actually start selling the items on eBay. I just purchased all the items that I need from USPS.com. Thank you to Harry Tornado. That was his advice. And so I didn't know that you can get free shipping items from USPS. So if you don't know, hot extra side tip. This is sort of tip 2.0, if you will. What's going on, everybody? Wesley here from the future, and I'm editing this video right now that I have created a Pirate Ship account. Today was actually the day I was able to list all of the items that I sourced. I was waiting for some shipping supplies because I was afraid that if I put them on the listings, I can get something sold today or tomorrow, and I wouldn't have the shipping supplies to do so in the 1 to 3 day handling time. So that being said, everything is listed, and there was some mistakes that I ran into, some questions that I had, and some resources that I reached out to, and things that I was able to get some help on. And so I just wanted to make a video about that. And so that would be definitely something that I do for next week. But thank you guys for watching. Continue watching the video. See ya. And lastly, Pirate Ship. So Pirate Ship is just an account that, again, like I said earlier, it just has cheaper shipping rates. And so you should definitely start an account there. It's definitely going to help you, and it connects to your eBay store. So this is tip number 3. This next tip is actually from me, myself, and Irene. Jim Carrey, anybody? No, just me? All right. When sourcing items if you're at Goodwill or thrift stores, the thing you really want to keep in mind is you really want to make sure that you're thoroughly looking through the item. If you have a jacket or a shirt or shoes, you really want to be looking thoroughly through that entire item. I was looking at shoes the other day. When I was looking at Goodwill, I found that there was some tears. There was some things missing, and you don't want to buy shoes like that. You can clean shoes up. That's not a problem. If there's dirt, there's grime, whatever, you can put it through the wash, you can clean them. You don't want to take items that have tears, missing items, things that you aren't aware of how to repair. Now, you can, when you're buying cleats, some cleats have missing spikes. You can buy the spikes, but keep in mind, only do so if it's going to be worth the profit. With jackets, you want to make sure that you're opening them all the way up, right? So you're like looking in all the different types of areas it has, whether it has just the sleeves and the open area. If it has like inner pockets, you want to look at the pockets. You want to also look at something that people might not keep in mind is the cuff area. I'm not sure what that's actually called, but you want to make sure it's not torn up. People, they want to have something that's nice and looks nice. They don't want to just buy something just because it's like, oh, this jacket, and then they get it and it has like these tears, especially if you don't put that in the description, because documenting what is wrong with the item is also being transparent and honest, which is another tip that's coming up soon as well. This is tip number 4. With this next tip, it's something I noticed from watching Harry Tornado's videos. He actually likes to use an Ikea bag. It's something that I actually have. I thought it was really funny when I started seeing it because I was like, oh, that's funny. I actually have one in my garage. And what's really beneficial about that is you can just go source and you can actually just start throwing stuff in the bag. And it's just helpful. It does help with the environment a little bit, in my opinion. I think there needs to be a law in place. In some states it's banned, in some countries it's banned. But hey, it is what it is. But it does have a benefiting factor as well on you as a reseller, because if you think about it, you don't have to mess with all those plastic bags. You're already dealing with a lot of plastic items, and you really want to make sure that you're not creating much of a mess, because as resellers, we really want to make sure we have a good process in place. And for me, at least, I do like to stay organized. There's people who like disagree with certain ways of doing things, but honestly, it is really up to you. You have to create your own system that works best. And I do believe an IKEA bag is super, super helpful. If you don't have an IKEA near you, they're probably on eBay. So just, buy one. They're definitely helpful. And it just helps to have, putting everything together. Obviously, it can make sense. It may not make sense depending on the situation. Depending on how dirty your items are, you may want to separate them in different bags. That's understandable. But generally, an IKEA bag works really well. This is tip number 5. With this next tip, you really want to focus on good photos. Good photos are super important because when people are scrolling and they're looking for something, they're searching for that shoe. And the most thing that's going to keep their attention is the photo. The most important thing you can do is definitely take really good photos. So what does that mean? The biggest thing you want to focus on is don't take photos on your carpet. It doesn't look good. It may be like all you have, but the thing you want to focus on is the contrast, right? Are they able to clearly see the item? Is it centered in the photo? Does it show everything that you can see, right? The other thing you want to keep in mind is lighting, okay? The one thing that is just a personal thing on my part is I don't care for the orange general light bulbs you'll find in most light fixtures. So white light is generally good. If you can get daylight from a window, that's even better. But more importantly, you just want to focus on keeping it in the frame, right? Centered in the frame. And you want to make sure that you got plenty of photos, right? So you don't want to just take one photo, 2, maybe 3, and that may justify it, but you want to make sure you're taking photos of the front, the back, the sides, up, side, the downside, whichever the item, calls for, you need to make sure you have enough photos. And keep the lighting good and just keep it centered in the frame. Don't just do something where it's just super close. You don't want to do that. Something looks like that. You don't want that, right? You don't want something so far on this side of the frame or so far over here. You know what I mean? You want to make sure and then the other thing too is I've noticed that some photos are the thing skewed, so you can't get a good look on that side. And even if you look through the other photos, it's too far this way or it's too far that way. So you can't get a good look. So just be sure to take good level photos so people can see. And then if the upside or the downside photos are necessary, then make sure those are taken. This is tip number 6. This next tip is about the title and the description when you're listing eBay items. The most important thing in addition to the photos is the title because it's what is searchable. Okay, so what I've seen is, for example, with Nike Air Jordan Maxes, okay? So the key thing there is you have the brand as the first term, okay? Jordans, Air Maxes. I mean, you're just creating a formula that allows for you to have the brand, okay? Then you have sort of the model, right, of the item, okay? And then you have whether it's, if we're talking about shoes, so whether it's female or male or whatever, and if you can fit the size in there, that's fine too. Generally, you see the size in the description. I don't see them all the time in the titles. You can put it in the title as well. That's super important as well. But it depends. And when I did my own searching, you don't necessarily see the size in the title. They have that in the description. With the descriptions, you really want to focus on just having the necessary information that's in the description that's not applicable for the title. So what does that mean? Well, you can just add things that are also in the title as well. So you have the color, you have the size, you have sometimes you may need whether it's European or US, because I know with shoes, they have different sizes and different types of measurements for the different continents and things like that. And that's pretty much it for the titles and the descriptions. It's not difficult. It's just important to remember. And then if you have any questions, just go search yourself, right? So if you're trying to find shoes, if you're trying to do whatever, just reverse engineer what other people are doing, because if it's selling for them, it's going to sell for you. This is tip number 7. And then lastly, with this last tip, you really it's from me. You really want to focus on just being sincere, okay? Be sincere, be honest, be kind. And what does that mean? Well, that's just me asking you to say, hey, look, just be kind, be honest. And what does that mean? All these people are trying to scam me. All these people are trying to, pull a fast one on me with these returns. And yeah, you got to be firm where you need to be. You got to, but there's always a way to say something, right? There's always a way to express what you're trying to communicate. What I've learned being married for 2.5 years, and I'm still learning to this day, is communication matters. How you say something really does matter. And in business, it's the same thing. Because somebody could just have a bad day and they go to buy something and they change their mind to return. But what if you could help them and you have a little bit of kind words? It can definitely have a lot of impact in helping that customer at least feel that you have their back. I appreciate y'all for coming this long way with this video and getting to the end. So thank you so much for watching. Do me a huge favor though, because I am trying to build my YouTube channel and it definitely does help my channel, but it also helps the algorithm. Like the video down below, comment your thoughts. Let me know, were these tips helpful for you? If they weren't, let me know what kind of tips you'd like for me to add. I'm still learning how to build my eBay business as well. Comment down below, share this video if you know anybody that's trying to open up their own eBay store. Anyways, guys, that's it for today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.